Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Oh, hey look, it's Box Boom! And here we go. Let's see what's on the radio.
You got the touch. You got the power. Robots in the sky. It's like I said, you gotta buy one if you wanna get one free.
It sounds like the 80s. That sucks bomb bad. Oh no.
No way two can play. No.
You suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review, and today we're taking a look at a Titans Return Leader class figure, and it's Twincast and Autobot Blaster. I was not really intending on picking this guy up. I actually got him in a promo box, and kind of interesting. I figured Soundwave would have come out before this guy, but definitely interesting. Always love a good Blaster figure. I'm not sure about the city base mode. It looks just kind of weird to me. And the fact that he's a leader class figure, very, very strange. But I do have Rewind and Stripes to go with him, so that'll definitely be pretty fun to check out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Blaster in package, and it's pretty much the same that we've gotten on other figures like this, like the Optimus Prime. It says Transformers, it says Generations. It goes from robot to vehicle to another vehicle. So he is a triple changer. He's got his robot mode, a boombox mode, and then a base mode, which is kind of interesting. We have a little picture of Twincast blasting off of there. Blasting off of Blaster! And it says Twincast and all about Blaster. He's got a little card. There's his gun. Side of the package has the little Autobot logo. This side has got the artwork that we see on the front. Top has the Autobot logo, so just kind of close up the artwork here. Looks pretty cool. Definitely digging that. Titans Return, Twincast, and Blaster. And just real fast, there he is. And here is the artwork on the side of the package. It's the same artwork. So here's the back of the packaging. And there's lots of stuff going on. Of course, it kind of shows you, hey, here's everything that you can do as I knock the box around. We got Fortress Maximus's head. All the headmasters can go from deluxe up to leader, which is pretty cool. It's got Loudmouth, we get Blur, I've already reviewed him, Sentinel Prime, I've already reviewed him, and Power Master Prime, already reviewed him. If you want to check out reviews on these guys, I will leave a link right here. And yeah, so he goes from robot. Twincast is his little headmaster partner that's never existed before, but Twincast has as a rebuilt Blaster in the Headmaster series. He's blue. In yellow, I think. I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me down below. He turns into a boombox. He also turns into a base. The little robots can play around on him, and that's kind of interesting. And then he's got a little write-up, so just kind of close-up real quick. So if you want to pause and read that bio, you are more than welcome to. And then here's the art. Yay, there it is. There's the base mode. It's kind of sketchy, I don't know. And then, of course, here are all the other figures in the associated wave. So that pretty much does it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Blaster out of box and see what we think. And here we have Blaster out of the package, and I gotta say, I've got mixed feelings about this figure. And it's not really so much the design of the character itself as it is really the engineering in the legs. And I'll talk more about that. That really just kind of disappoints me. And yeah, it's bad. Again, I'll talk about that here in a minute. And here is his little trading card. Very cool. Definitely digging that. Here is the back of the card. If you want to look at those stats, you can pause and do so. So yeah, Blaster. Overall, I think they did a pretty good job in capturing the look of Blaster. He does turn into his boombox, and it's pretty obvious that this was designed to be Blaster over Soundwave, which usually we get the other way around in figures, right? Because Soundwave is basically this mold with a different head. I think there's a slight retool of that. The legs are pretty much the same though, which it doesn't look right as far as when it turns into Soundwave from the pictures I've seen. Maybe I'll change my mind when I actually get the figure in hand. But yeah, there he is. Now, much like Brainstorm, this guy is really tooled to look like the old G1 toy, which I really do dig. I like a lot of these details, and I'll get a little closer view of them. He does have his ejectable piece. Where's the button? Here's the button. Right here, so that can open up and eject. And then he comes with this cartridge thing, which is actually part of the base mode, which I'm not too terribly impressed with, but it's also about the same size as the cassettes themselves. Alright, so here we have Stripes, and I will just kind of show how he goes in. First time I've actually slid him into place. There it is, and yeah, I mean, he just slides right in. Very cool. Pop it out. Dun, dun, dun. There he is. Stripes, and the one thing I will say, I wonder how well these stickers are going to hold up, sliding in and inside. Blaster there, popping in and out. I see the stickers just wearing off over time. So yeah, that's his little play gimmick there. Just kind of fold that up. Now, as far as articulation on the figure itself, his head can move back and forth like that. There really is no movement on the head itself. You can lift the mask up to reveal his face, which is interesting. I'm surprised they didn't paint that top piece silver, but yeah, interesting. It reminds me of, I don't know, Hotspot or something, the Generations Hotspot. I don't know, kind of strange. He has no waist articulation there, which is unfortunate. His arms do move up and down. They're on a hinge. He has a single jointed elbow. It does twist there. He can move out that far. His hand has no articulation, which is unfortunate. His legs go out like that far. They go that far back. They go out super far because, well, transformation. He has a single joint at the knee. He's got a twist up here at the upper thigh. And the foot has very little articulation, but it does have that crazy ankle rocker pivot that we love! With this being his widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. Take that, Marvel Legends! Look out and shout, ow! For comparison, here we have the Titans Return Blaster with the Walgreens exclusive Brainstorm figure. And, yeah, he's way bigger. He's a leader class figure, obviously, and makes the deluxe look so tiny next to him. Blaster, obviously not in scale, but to be honest, I am liking the size because it really reminds me of the old Blaster toy back in G1, which I do dig. Here we have the Titans Return Blaster next to the KFC version, and, yeah, it's actually not too bad, I guess, in comparison. This is more of a Masterpiece style blaster, and I love the way this one looks. I think it's very pretty, but the thing that just irritates the hell out of me on this figure is the paint scratches off of this figure so damn easy, to the point where I never finished transforming it because it was tearing up the paint, which is a damn shame. Supposedly they fixed that, but, you know, I got bit out of $200 on this figure, which is very disappointing because I loved the Ultra Magnus and the Diaclone version of him. I thought that was a great figure. This one just, such a shame. And finally, here we have the Titans Return blaster next to the Masterpiece Year of the Goat Soundwave. I don't have the original regular version of Soundwave, but kind of shows the size comparison of these two. And I'm really interested in getting the Titans Return Soundwave to go with this blaster. I think that'll look really nice standing side by side. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I do like the base design of it. I like the chest. It looks like the old blaster. The head design, like the old school blaster from the toy or the comics. Definitely digging that. The red works pretty well. Reminds me of the old G1. I'm not a big fan of the handle just hanging out back here. It looks a little awkward, and it's a little thick and heavy, but yeah, I mean, that's okay, I guess. It's good for durability. I wish it kind of folded in a little bit more. That would have been a little bit better. But I love the decals on his shoulders and that giant Autobot logo, the design in his glass plate there. Very cool. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, yeah, it's pretty decently designed. The waist, all right. It's got the paint apps on there, the black and the red, the gray. The hands are okay. The gun seems a little small to me. And just all the detail in it's very strange, very weird. The general shape is about right, but I don't know. It just seems very strange. And he has a very clunky booty there, which is kind of interesting. And of course, he's got the just, you know, black legs, upper legs going on there. But overall, you know, not too bad. I wish there was a little bit more detail, maybe a sticker detail or something on the forearms. They're a little bit bland, but not too bad. Now, taking a look at the lower legs of the figure, I like the look in the robot mode. They've got the little speakers up front like the old blaster. I like all the details above and below the speakers. Very cool. Again, reminds me of the original toy. And then they've got the boombox speakers that wrap around the back of the leg. That looks pretty cool. I like that. That was a decent design and hides a lot of the gap with the figure. So that was really, really well done. But the internal design just really, really bothers the hell out of me. Alright, so before I actually transform the figure, I wanted to show you what I was talking about as far as the gripes I had with the design, the engineering of it. And it's in the legs. So I'm going to open up one of his legs here and kind of show it off. Alright, so here we go. It's this hinge here and mainly this hinge right here. They're a little too tight, like they're pinned in too tight or something, but I feel like these are going to snap. Like this light gray plastic cannot support what these things are doing. The way it pegs in here, the way it's got this weird double hinge, especially with this one, and then this piece right here is this really strange inset piece that clips into here when you go to put it in boombox mode, and it just with this piece here, it feels like something's going to break. I don't know what in the hell the point to that is. They could have totally re-engineered this and done something way better. This just feels really cheap. It feels like it's going to break, and it's very awkward to transform, and the instructions are terrible. Go to like Pia's video to look at transformation on this guy if you need to know how to transform it. In fact, it looks like, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera or not, but there are already stress fractures in this plastic around this joint. So, I mean, to be honest, after I do the transformations for the video, he's going to go into robot mode and probably just stay there because I don't think that it's going to last, which is very, very unfortunate. Just really, really bad engineering, I think. They could have done a lot better. Alright, so with the complaints out of the way, let's go ahead and transform Blaster into his boombox mode and see what we think. Alright, so here we have Blaster in his boombox mode, and these speakers are horrible to get to connect. And that internal design is terrible. It will not stick together well, and the biggest problem I've got is there are two pieces. Oh, if I can get this in camera, there are two pieces that connect in up here, and then getting this piece to connect in the back. This is supposed to connect up underneath like this one is over here, but once you pop one in, the other just tends to want to pop out of place, and looks like it's finally going to stick there. It's very, very annoying. It is really, really annoying. You've got to get it just right. I mean, this weird double hinge thing here just doesn't work very well at all, and I just see a little kid breaking that. Alright, so you have your little headmaster partner, twin cast, and his arms are so stiff. He's just basically a tiny little blaster. I kind of wish they would have painted him to match twin cast from Headmasters. That would have been cool. He's even got the little speakers on his legs. So yeah, and his head is so thin. Like, it feels weird. Just the sculpt of it, I don't know, it just feels a lot thinner than some of the other Headmaster units, which is very strange. Unfortunately, in the boombox mode, there's really nothing to do with him. Unlike Optimus Prime, that can at least sit in the cab of the truck. I mean, what are you going to do with a tiny little blaster? Maybe give him a little DJ booth up here or something. I don't know. It's just very strange. Looking at the boombox, I mean, it's not too bad, I suppose. It's a little gappy around there, and this piece just seems kind of small and stuck out, which is weird. I wish that would have inset a little bit, or something could have come around to make it a little thicker. It just, I don't know, it looks kind of strange. The back, it's okay. Not too terribly bad. It looks like it's got a nice battery compartment there. That's cool. I like that. And then you can also store the gun back here, per the instructions. So that's where the gun goes in this mode. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's okay. It's not bad. I've seen better. That does look like a speaker, though. I will give it that. It's got the little grating in it. Very cool. It looks more like a blaster than it does Soundwave. I'm really interested to see what that's going to look like in hand, but it really looks very, very similar to this, just blue and silver instead of red and yellow and gray. Now, being a leader class figure, he does have a third mode that is a base mode, and it actually, let me get the instructions out here. It actually, here we go, connects to Fortress Maximus. So if you get Optimus Prime and Blaster, they can actually connect up to the bigger city to make an even larger city, which is pretty darn cool. So let's go ahead and get Blaster into his base mode. So here we have Blaster in his base mode, and it's actually better than I thought it was going to be honest. Kind of interesting for sure. It's got some detail in it. I like the little ramps. It's got a couple gun turrets up here with seats, which is very cool. You got this piece up here. The gun can mount there. Of course, if you have different Headmaster units, their weapons can mount on the bases. Let me go ahead and grab one. Alright, so here we have little loudmouth. He can drive up there, which is kind of cool. You can take him. Let's take him out of his vehicle. Of course, he can sit up in one of the gun turrets up here, which is pretty cool. I'm liking that. I think that is pretty neat. And of course, the gun turret is kind of on a swivel a little bit, but it's hampered a little by that piece there. So the instructions say to actually angle them up a little bit like this, and then I guess you put the guy here like that. I don't know, that just seems kind of goofy. I think it looks better and works better with the figure if you straighten him down a little bit more and he sits in there a little better. That's just me, I don't know. And then let's turn this gun piece here. Of course, this can mount like right here to make an extra gun turret, which is pretty cool. I do like that. I think that is a very neat feature. Very, very cool. Of course, we got twin cast up here. You can mount the blaster's gun if you want it to up here for more firepower. which is kind of cool. I'd probably do that and then take another one of these and mount over here, which will take, we got Terrible. Of course, he's a Decepticon, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get him mounted as a weapon turret over here. Ooh. Let's see. We can get this guy. He'll probably look better with Soundwave than Blaster, but it'll work. If I can get this thing mounted in here. It's a very tight portal. Come on, buddy. There we go. So yeah, there we've got Terrible mounted as a weapon cannon, so he can mount in here. And yeah, there it is. His little thing doesn't like to stand up very well on here, but it's okay. It works, I guess. Take that off real fast. Detail on this, pretty decent, I suppose. Just kind of a close-up real fast. I like the danger on the internal speaker there. I think that looks pretty cool. Nothing on that side, which is unfortunate. You got like a little targeting glass piece and a little piece that a figure can sit on. We get some tower pieces, like speakers or something right there. That's kind of interesting. I do like the shoulder guns, which is interesting because they're different. Both of them are unique if you look at them. That's pretty cool. Very neat, very, very fun. And then this side is also different from this side. So yeah, I like how it's not the same details, which is very cool. Definitely interesting. A lot better base than I really, like I said, I thought it was going to be. I think they did a pretty decent job with that. And, you know, the play gimmick, very cool, very neat. I just, again, it's these red hinges. I wish they could have done something better with the engineering. So, is Blaster a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, I'm a little torn on that. I do overall like the figure. I think it looks cool. I like the play gimmick with the headmasters. I like the size of the figure. To be honest, it's, like I said earlier, reminiscent of the old G1 toy to me. I'm definitely going to have to get Soundwave to go with, because you can't have Blaster without Soundwave in a Transformers collection. And the biggest problem I have is the engineering of these legs. I think the hinges are too weak, and the plastic actually housing the hinges, that's what's weak. So this light gray plastic and those red hinges, I think it's going to break. I really do. And if you're an adult collector, sure, go ahead and pick it up. And you're a big Blaster fan, yeah, not a problem. However, I do got to say, this is not for kids at all. If you've got a kid that's under the age of 10, don't buy this thing because it will break on them and they're going to be very upset. You know, if it's an older kid, you know, a tweens age kid or teenager, then yeah, they're probably going to be okay with this figure, but definitely not for a little one, which is very, very disappointing in a toy to me. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. It just needs to be made, engineered better. That's all, plain and simple. But for an adult collector, sure. It's a decent figure, and the price is okay. It's about $5 too much than I think it really ought to be. And overall, I just kind of give it a okay. That's the best I can do it. So better for worse, there he is. Titans Returns, Blaster. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.